Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about money pits, what Iramis would call my cars.
Welcome to Iramis and Gerry. We're a couple of dreamers.
And over the past 20 years, we have learned a few things about each other. We are tired of shoveling snow.
Our high-stress 60-hour work weeks burnt us out. And most of all,
We want to retire early.
follow us to learn how our experiences
May help you reach your own financial independence.
So my first car was a 1986 Chevy Chevette. I would tell people that I have a vet, and then they would see it and be like, yeah, it's a shit vet. But anyways, I bought the car in the summertime, and I didn't really notice it at the time, but the heat didn't work, which is kind of important living in New England. So I'd be driving down the road, I'd have mittens and a hat on, and then I'd realize that the windshield's fogging over and freezing up. So I'd be like, oh my gosh, I had to get a credit card and like scrape off the windshield so I could see. I got to know the towing person very well. My friend lived in a hill, on top of a hill, and they had a dirt driveway. So I'd drive my car up, but then it's only got one-wheel drive. So I'd get stuck like halfway up, the wheel would be spinning, and so I'd have to get towed off of my friend's driveway, which is embarrassing. But yeah, the thing would leave me stranded everywhere. I'd get stuck everywhere in the snow and in the mud. Now, one time, the next thing I was trying to do was it didn't have a radio. Well, I had a radio, but it wasn't very enjoyable. And I went out and I bought a radio, some wiring, some speakers, and I put it all in. I was proud of myself. Turned the car on, and all I smelled was burning wire, burning plastic. Somehow I crossed some wire and nothing worked. I short circuited something. I blew the head unit. So I had to bring it to the radio place, and I had to pay them. So I pretty much paid double for radio, but it finally worked. So yeah, I lost a lot of money on that deal. So yeah, the car would just leave me stranded left and right. That's when I learned about AAA. I got to know them very well too. So yeah, I would just be paying money left and right on this thing. And finally, it just left me stranded on the road. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. That was a shit vet. The next money pit was a 93 Honda Civic. So it was my daily driver. I just graduated college. I wanted to use my engineering degree. So I started autocrossing. Took my daily driver, threw a lot of money into it, suspension, all this great stuff, nice exhaust, horsepower, handling. Started racing, and then realized this isn't the best daily driver anymore. So spending all that money to get enjoyment out of racing, I still had to buy another car to get to him back and forth from work. So I spent a lot of money on that hobby, which in hindsight, I could have just rented a car on the racetrack for the weekend. But don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed that car. It was a great life experience. Mini Cooper S. It's a great car, but it's a money pit, at least for me. So I ended up getting a new job. I had some money. I'm like, I'm gonna spend it on a luxury car. So I was paying over $500 a month. And then you have to add in the taxes, the insurance, and then this thing didn't even take like cheap gas. I had to buy the expensive premium gas, so that was expensive. But it really all came down to I'd have to drive into Boston every day. The roads are horrendous, pothole, and I ended up getting a flat tire. So I went to the dealership and found out that they have a tire warranty. So I was like, great, bought it. kept on driving back to and from work in Boston. Well, I ended up getting 7 flat tires in a year, and they blacklisted me, the dealership. Like, no more tires for you. So I was like, decided to just basically trade the Mini in and bought a sensible car that didn't have low profile tires. So yeah, it was a great car. It just, I lost so much money in that car. My current money pit is a 2000 Jeep XJ. I've always wanted one of these things since I was in high school. It's my dream car for four-wheeling. And I thought, hey, why not get one? It's COVID. I got nothing else to do. So I decided to buy it, did all the research, and I was like, great, it's gonna cost me, it's gonna be cheap. I can do all the work. So then I buy the car, I look underneath, and I live in New England, so the entire underbody is completely rusted. So I was like, ooh, didn't expect to spend money on that. So I couldn't use my axles, I couldn't use anything, brakes were gone. It was pretty bad. So I had to basically buy all of the parts and pieces that are underneath the car and replace them. That was not cheap. And I still don't have my Jeep back. it's still, hopefully get it tomorrow. But hey, I'm having a good time with it. So I bought these cars for fun, for transportation, to be cool, maybe, to work on them. Did I succeed? Definitely not being cool. Definitely not working on them, because I haven't been able to work on the Jeep yet. Did I save any money? Definitely not. These are all money pits. I have a current money pit. But lifestyle definitely did influence my purchase on the Mini. I would have never had a chance or even thought of doing that if I didn't have the money. I should have saved that. Looking back, was it smart? Maybe the Civic, because I learned a lot about engineering and all that and driving. I met some cool people along the way I still talk to. I have to keep reminding myself that just because I can afford it, should I really buy it? Most of the time that's no, especially if I want to retire early, because it's a money pit. Well, thank you for listening to my story. Please like, subscribe, and happy saving.